And of course, I mentioned this earlier, LinkedIn jobs. LinkedIn jobs always hiring outside of the US. A lot of my friends who are even here in the US ended up coming here through LinkedIn. The company saw their skills, liked it, and they even sponsored the visa. Yes. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, update your LinkedIn profile, get your resume up to date, dust it off, and listen to me. If you need someone Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I can feel your love. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for hitting the notification bell. And also to my old subscribers, I love that you guys are still here and you are still in tune to what I have to offer. So tonight I want to talk to you guys about something that's dear to my heart. Before I ended up here in the US, I was working from home with a company that was based in US. And so I've asked my subscribers to talk to me about stuff you want me to talk to you about. All right. And so one of the topics that someone brought up to me and I wanted to talk about this topic some time ago is how can I work from home in Jamaica with a company that's based in the US or any other company that is overseas? And I just wanted to share my 2 cents or what I call my gems with you guys. Hopefully you guys will find it informational and useful. So who doesn't want to make money in US, especially if you're based in Jamaica, where the exchange rate is extremely high? Today is when? May 8th. And when I checked the US exchange rate for Jamaican dollars, for US dollars to Jamaican, it was 140 something, $140 something cents. Of course, I had to zoops a little, yeah, because that's extremely good. So can you imagine living in Jamaica and working US dollars? Yeah, it goes a far way, right? So in 2016, correct. In 2016, I embarked on the journey to move out of the office setting. I didn't want to be trapped into an office space where I was, micromanaged. I did not want that. And so I got the opportunity to work as a proposals and project manager with a company that was based in Florida. We killed all the myths. I'm going to get to the myths eventually. Just give me a few minutes to set the foundation. So yeah, so I've been working with this company. I worked with them for close to 3 years. And it was one of the most beautiful journey that I've been on. The management and leadership style was completely different. I was independent. I was working pretty much my own hours, making the money. And most importantly, most of these companies, always have other, income earning opportunities apart from your base salary. That's the facts. All right. So let's just jump into a few gems. I also have an article out that I will be posting the link in the comment section. That way you can click on the link in the event that you want more details. So, okay. So when I started working with this company, in pretty much 8 months, I was able to pay off my student loan. My student loan in Jamaica at that time was close to $1 million. Yeah, close to $1 million. And in 8 months, I was able to pay off my student loan with money that I earned. Because of course, when I received my salary, it was way more than what I was getting in the office doing way more work. That's a fact. I was doing way more work in the office and I was being micromanaged. I was uncomfortable. I was sad. I was unhappy. Thank God I was able to leave. And so I learned so much from this company in a short space of time. I had the accolade of being a project manager and a proposal manager all wrapped up in one. And that was setting the pace for me when I migrated here, because that job ended up being like the key, you'd call it my key recommendation for getting a job here, because it was so hard for them to verify my information back in Jamaica. All right. So first thing first, a lot of people will say, the Americans don't want you guys to be working for an overseas company because you're taking away their opportunity, or the opportunity for the ones who are here in the US. Crap. It's crap. No, most companies are actually happy to employ outside of the US because one, it's less money for them. The money that I was earning in Jamaica when I came here, I had to leave that company primarily because the amount of money I was working in Jamaica and I was satisfied with just couldn't make ends meet here, right? So of course he had to like, oh well, you know, he can't afford what I was asking for, and so eventually I just decided to leave. But he ended up going back to Jamaica again to get somebody else because one, we had good work habit, I had a good, excellent work habit, and the salary is, you know, whatever they offer usually works out pretty well because what they were offering was almost 2 times the salary I was earning in Jamaica. I just couldn't make ends meet in New York because New York bills them turn up, right? We understand. So to clear that air, as I said before, there's no restrictions really on you working. You're not breaking the law. You're not doing anything illegal. Because a lot of Christians like myself, you know, I wanted to do all of the background research to say, I'm a Christian. I don't want to be breaking the law. I don't want to be morally sinning. Yeah. So am I doing something wrong? No, you're not doing anything wrong. There's no restriction. There's no legal hindrance for you to work for a company that is based in the US. So that's the first thing we need to get out of the air. Now, onto these beautiful gems. How do I get started? It's important to ensure that your resume is you. Your resume speaks for you when your voice cannot be heard. Get me? Yeah, because sometimes the resume ends up on the decks of your prospective employer before they ever get to hear your voice or allow you an interview. So your resume has to speak for you. Now, first thing first, American resume is different from the resume that we use back home in Jamaica. So let's get that clear. The Canadian resume is also different from the resume that they use here in the US and also in Jamaica. So they're all different. So you have to do a little research. Nobody approach the thing so. Yeah, no so. So do a little research to see, you know, if it's in California may have a specific style. If it's New York, they may have a specific style. So do a little research for wherever, you know, you're going to apply. Whether it's going to be in New York, it's in Las Vegas, it's going to be in Carolina, Texas, wherever it is. Do a little research. Ensure that your resume is not a one resume fit all, because we tend to do that a lot in Jamaica. I made that mistake a million times. I had this one resume and oh my god, apply for this, ping, apply for this, ping, resume gone. No, ensure that your resume is detailed per job that you're applying for. So some information just can't cut out. Yeah, don't overdo the thing. All right, so that's the first thing. Please update your LinkedIn profile. People, how can you all love social media, love YouTube, love Instagram, and not love LinkedIn? Tell me. For the most part, all my jobs that I've ever gotten is by way of LinkedIn. Yep, LinkedIn. All I did was to update my information, my name, my address where I live, put in my basic resume information. LinkedIn in and of itself is a resume. So when you populate all that information that is required, it ends up beautifully becoming your resume. And employers use that platform because they're a little bit more professional than social media like Facebook and Instagram. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I beg you, go ahead, hook up your LinkedIn account, fill in your information, and ensure you set your status to actively seeking. So recruiters can know that, oh well, yeah, this person is seeking. So even though you're in Jamaica, the company may be based here in the US and they want somebody from the Caribbean, they can, you know, put in their scope and you will come up because you have customer service experience or banking experience or whatever experience they're looking for, and you are actively seeking. That way they make the contact with you. You don't have to go hunting them. Not much work, right? We don't have to send out a resume and wait for any disappointment. They come and hunt us. They find us and they set up something for us. So, one, as I said before, ensure your resume matches the format that is acceptable in the country that you're going to be applying for. 2, ensure you have a LinkedIn account. If you don't have one, go and get one. If you have one, dust it off, brush it off, and get it all up and active again. All right? 3, it's important for you to be able to work remotely with little or no supervision. You can't want work remote or be a virtual employee and not be able to work without supervision. they're not going to be able to micromanage you and micro supervise you. So it must mean that you are of the understanding that you can work independently and you can learn fast, and you don't need somebody to be behind your back slave driving you. You get that? Okay, so that's important for you to know. And it's very important to know that time management will become your best friend during this whole virtual remote employment. All right. Now, most companies that are open to remote employment will require you to have your own laptop, internet, headset, the basic. So some companies will send you those stuff, but don't expect them to. So don't apply for your job if you don't have a laptop, if you don't have the basic headset, stuff like that. When you apply for the job, what's going to happen when they do shortlist? You're going to end up telling, oh, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I don't have these. It end up looking bad on you, and it taints you as well. So you can't even apply to that company again. So we get that clear. Make sure you at least have the basic equipment that is needed. For a customer service job, a laptop, internet, and a headset is pretty much mandatory for those kind of customer service job. So ensure you have access to one of those. Some companies are also based in a remote, on different time zone. I'm here in New York, and sometimes I have to work with people in India, in Shanghai, China. So I have to be doing training. So my training hours end up being midnight when I should be in my bed sleeping. Yes, that's fine. It all comes with the territory. It's all a part of growth. So you have to be open to those things happening where you have to give up time. Things that you used to do, you have to end up giving up those used to things to facilitate this new way of employment or this new way of creating emoluments. Okay? All right. So let us dispel some myths really quick. You are not entitled to tax return. So, no, because you're in Jamaica and you work for a foreign company, mean that you can get tax return when tax return time come? No. Why? Because the employer is not obligated to file any tax on your behalf. Yes. Yeah? Get that. Now, 2, you are not entitled to any Medicare or insurance. So don't tell anybody that because you're working for a company overseas, you have foreign insurance. No, you are not entitled to it, and you cannot apply for it. Okay? 3, you are not required to get a social security. So if somebody tell you, oh, in order for you to work overseas from Jamaica, you have to have a social security, they're telling you a lie. It's not so. You don't need a social security. You're not breaking any laws. It's just not a requirement. Got that? Okay. You are not required to get a work permit. You're not in the people in country. You're in your country working for them. You don't need a work permit. Got that? In most cases, you are not entitled to sick pay, vacation, departmental, and whatever other fancy leave that you get. You're not entitled to them. In a sense, you're considered a contingent worker or a consultant. So you take time off, you don't get paid. Copy? Got that. All right. So quickly, let us look at some companies and positions that usually hire remote workers in other countries. So we have VIP Kid. Everybody should know that. It's an online English teacher thing that they do. They apply, they employ people to teach English online. So you don't need a teacher's degree for that. So you can do it. Once you can talk English, a local patois, you can do it. All right. Happen, there are some voice coaches, linguists, web search evaluators, and transcribers that they usually hire. Kelly Services also does data entry operation. So if you like to enter information on your laptop and you can type, that's your kind of field. Dell also does program management, technical support, stuff like that. We have Transcribe Me, which does data entry, transcription, translation services. Some people can talk multiple language. Of course, that will work for you. So you can try that one. We have TTE Tech, which is a sales developer, software engineer, consultant, web developer employment opportunity. So you can always think through that. You have Remote OK. They do variety of jobs. You have Working Nomads. I've used them before. Upwork. Oh my God. I've made lots of money off Upwork as a consultant where I write resumes, I write project plan, I write business plan, I write proposals, and I've been paid my money, no issues, nothing. So you can also think about that. Typing, marking papers, stuff like that. These are jobs that you'll find on Upwork. You have Authentic Jobs. You can check them out. Flex Jobs. We Work Remotely is also doing hiring for like multiple different job positions. Dribbble, and of course I mentioned this earlier, LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs always hiring outside of the US. A lot of my friends who are even here in the US ended up coming here through LinkedIn. The company saw their skills, liked it, and they even sponsored the visa. Yes. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead, update your LinkedIn profile, get your resume up to date, dust it off, and listen to me. If you need someone to help you with that resume, I'm here. No charge to help you. It may take a little while to get back to you because I'm on demand, but I am open to assisting you with getting your resume up to date and looking all fancy and ready to speak on your behalf. Thank you for tuning into my channel. This is your Jamaican girl, Oshari.